I'd thought about volunteering for some time, and then last year I became very unwell myself, and there weren't volunteers on the ward that I was on, and that would have been nice to have someone independent to speak to. Being at Derriford, I've seen people going around with these orange t-shirts on, and it was something that I thought I've thought about it for some time, volunteering in this kind of environment. But now I can't go to do my job that I've always done. I worked in education for 17 years. I needed something new and with a bit of a challenge that I was going to enjoy. But I knew that it wasn't right for me at Derriford because it would be too many people, because I need something a little bit quieter. And then I went to see Becky, and she said that there was something going at Mount Gould, and I was a patient here myself. So it I was drawn to it really. I check with the staff as soon as I get onto the shift and sort of find out if there's anybody that they think could do with some support. And anybody to avoid that maybe isn't up for it. But I speak to them about my own experiences. I don't force it on them, but if it comes up, then I chat to them about that. So last year I was in rehabilitation. I was exactly the same situation as you, and now I went home and had a normal, as normal as life as I possibly can. And this can happen for you too. But I also like to help people that are needing sort of help with feeding and things, and making sure that I'm chatting to them when, and sort of encouraging them to eat, and anything which they do talk to me now about things that aren't quite right, and then I can pass that on. What would I say to somebody if they were going to think about volunteering? Don't miss it. It's so worthwhile. Even if you've only got a few hours, you don't realise those few hours you could really have such an impact on someone's rehabilitation. I try and bring a bit of sunshine. I like taking people out in the garden, because the garden's so worthwhile. Chatting to them about their family. There's quite a lot of people without family though. So it's nice to talk to them about their interests, whether they've got their past employment and stuff. It's just more worthwhile than I ever imagined. The staff are fantastic. The care that they give to the patients. The support staff are great as well. Nothing's ever too much, anything I ask, and they treat me like a member of staff. And so many people thank me, the staff, thank you for coming. And it's wonderful. I really do adore it.
The General Rehab Unit here at Mount Gould is made up of Skylark and Kingfisher. The two wards have a capacity of 35 patients each. We generally look after patients that are on a rehab journey with the intention to get them home or to get them to a care home. And we do also have a small number of end-of-life patients that we've started to take here as part of a new project. Patients come here that need physio, need OT intervention, they need social worker support. We get a lot of amputees here who again need the physio and that kind of thing, and all with the aim of getting them home or to a care home. When I first started in Mount Gould, and there were no volunteers on this site, but I've worked for UHP for 5 years now, and I knew they existed because I'd seen them and I'd worked with Becky before, and I couldn't understand why we didn't have them. So one of my first little projects that I set myself was to get volunteers on site here. So to get volunteers here has just made a massive difference to the patient welfare, but also I think to staff welfare, because they feel like some of the pressure has been removed, because patients want them to spend time with them, but they just don't have the capacity to do that. So having the volunteers on site just takes some of that pressure off a little bit. The difference that makes to some of the patients is immense. Lisa has been a breath of fresh air, really. I've seen her have discussions with patients that haven't wanted to talk to anybody, sometimes for days. And I walk past and she sat there like in a full-scale conversation with them, and they haven't wanted to talk to anyone. So she clearly has the gift of the gab. I think the fact that she understands it from their point of view makes a massive difference to how she is with them, and also what she can bring to that conversation, what she can encourage them to talk about. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. If we could clone her, that would be amazing. The other ladies that we've got on board at the minute also do a really, really good job, and the difference that there's been on site since they've started has been a really positive one. So for example, we have a lady that does our garden now, which is incredible. When Anne came along and said that she was a keen gardener, it was music to my ears. We have another young lady called Rachel, and although she constantly apologises about only being here for like 2 hours a week or whatever, she's keen to get stuck in and get involved and talk to the patients, and you know, do whatever she can in the short time that she's here. And they just make such a difference. And you know, we concentrate a lot on talking about the difference they make to the patients, but they really do make a difference to the staff as well.